Hey besties, we're gonna get started with our confidence conversations in just a minute. So as people join, I'm just gonna do a recap of our last episode and just check in and say hello, see how you guys have been doing since last week. And Clement, I guess, will be joining us a little bit today. We have some content creation going on in the front of the shop, so
I'm hungry.
Okay. So that's why we're in the back of the shop today. So you might hear some music going on, and that's why Clement is here with me joining. So as we wait for everyone to join, including Paige, hey, we'll get it out of your system now, because when Paige comes on. All right, Paige is texting me. There she is. Yes, Paige, join. Let's do this.
What page mean?
Paige.
What page mean?
Let's do this.
Oh, look at that hat. Yeah, you did bring it.
I told you when I was in Tennessee and we were recording our episode, and I said I had packed like this many things for 2 whole months with my family, so I didn't have a big suitcase. I was missing my hat, and I have worn a hat just about every single day since I've been back.
I can. That's amazing.
I love that necklace. You look gorgeous. And I saw your
you.
cutie patootie back there in the background.
He's here. I'm actually going to take this necklace off because I can hear it jangling. Yeah. Hi, Jackie. I see Jackie's joining us. I love that.
Hi, Jackie.
And let's do this one too. Okay, so as people start to log on, we're just going to say hello. And I thought on the drive over, I'm going to check in with everybody. So as people hop on, just checking in with all of our besties, like how have you guys been doing? It's been a week. And sometimes I can't even remember the week. I can't even remember this morning, honestly. So let us know how you're doing. Let us know what you need. If there's any way we can help you, connect you, have you feel more supported. That's why we are here. That's what we live for. So yes. All right. So last episode we talked to Rhea. She was the designer that does all the upcycling and the sustainable fashion. And I just wanted to let you guys know that if you didn't see the results of that event that we did with Rhea on Saturday, we were able to raise over $500 for the Red Cross. So I just want to let you guys know that the things that we set out to do, and they do happen, and that, it's not even the monetary amount. That's just a small gesture. It's like a small business, big heart, reaching out to the community, and the community showed up, and we were able to help other families in another community across, in other parts of the world. So thank you guys for that. That's just amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So that's the recap of the last, the artist from the last episode. And in this episode, we have Paige Killian. And she is the founder of Everything with Style. She's also the founder of the 3 E's method of organizing everything, including your life. So everything. And she's also the host of the popular and very fun podcast, Mom's Organization Motivation Podcast, which is going really well. And right?
Yes.
Yes.
So awkward to even say yes, but it's been amazing so far.
Yeah, because you have really been investing in this project, and I remember you talking about it in not that long ago. So I just really commend you for showing up for yourself and all the women that you support, and building this little by little while you are a mom and a wife and a friend and all the things. So that's really why I wanted to ask you back on. You guys, Paige was actually my first guest when I had no idea, I didn't even know how to post it to the feed. So we lost that interview.
Neither one of us did. And I remember thinking, oh, I'll go on my laptop so it'll feel a little more professional. And I couldn't figure out how to join. It didn't give me the thing that said request to join. So I was in that same non-tech savvy boat with you. And it was pretty funny because it was like the blind leading the blind. But like you said, slowly but surely we're chipping away at this. So
chipping away. That's all we can do right now with the amount of time that we have in the day. As we take care of so many other people. So I just wanted to thank you for showing up for me again. And that's really what we wanted this episode to be about, was the practice of showing up for your friends. And so we're just going to jump right on into it and really talk about how friendship, specifically female friendship, has kind of helped you get to where you are right now with all of this that you've created, and how that can really be a powerful tactic in your life. So we'll start with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to bring up, if you guys are not familiar, there's something, I was such a product of this as a kid, which was the 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. And suddenly it looks like I'm frozen. What's going on? Did I just freeze?
We can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll power through. You just like wave at me and be like, time out if that happens again. Okay, so the 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman include how you receive and show love best. And for me, I learned it was words of affirmation at a young age. And at first I really hated that because I was like, oh no, I totally just survive on what other people think of me. It's not like that. I really am an independent person and I can do everything without anybody's help, but I've learned that I thrive on that community, that friendship, like you said, especially with other women, just encouraging one another. And it's a way that I show love constantly. And you and I have had lots of interactions in different ways, from organizing and styling a home is how we met originally, to doing the podcast episode, to just supporting you in your amazing open store, all those things. And even just in mom life, I feel like I show love by giving words of affirmation. And I also really love that and need that. It helps me so much. And I think that has a lot to do with that friendship and having those sustainable friendships. When you know what your people need, your girlfriends, your besties, your family members need, and you can give them that. And I find so often as a professional organizer, when I go into moms' homes, they just need somebody to show up for them and be like, listen, it is not a problem that you could not get this organized, or we're not sure how to do this space, because you do everything else so well. And that's what I find, sometimes they're just kind of tapped out.
And
and they just need somebody. They just need somebody to validate
you on other podcasts say that before, where a lot of people, they just need that affirmation and that invitation and that cheerleader to say, you're doing a great job, you are enough, what you're doing, you'll get there, because as adults, how many of us, we stop hearing that? We tell the kids that all the time. All the time. Everything they do, they have a cheerleader. But as we get older, we don't hear that as much, especially not necessarily from people in the outside world that perhaps becomes so competitive a lot of the times. And
what's so interesting about that too is I find that when I am supporting and posting other organizers, it's so funny because it's like a 50-50 split, where I have some people that are like, that's so cool that you like show links and share other people's stuff. And then other people are like, do you ever wonder if that's going to then make them leave you and go on to the other person, like follow them? And I always say there is room enough in the world for all of us. And I feel like when we support one another and we really show up, like you said, as a cheerleader for other people, life is just so much better. There's so much more encouragement and love to go around. And again, that goes back to the friendship, where I don't know some of these other organizers or stylists that I follow online, but when you are encouraging others and showing up for them, it feels like you do know them. You're forming this online friendship. Even the other day, somebody that I have been supporting now for over a year, I just think she's amazing. She made a comment about such and such in LA. And I said, oh, so good to be back in LA after being in Tennessee for the summer. And she was like, wait, how did I miss that you live in LA? We have to get together. And we don't know each other.
Yeah.
And it was like, yes, I want to get together with you because she and I have supported each other online socially. And I mean, if I could just pivot for a second and bring it back to what you've done, which is you have now offered somebody a physical space to show up, even in this crazy pandemic. Where there is an actual physical space. That's what I miss so much, girl. You know, I miss going into people's homes and having that one-on-one. I miss the hugs. I miss the, you know, sitting down in a you know, woman's closet when they've been so stressed out, and then we get it organized and we just plop down and we're like, oh, this is so great. And then she calls me a week later and she's like, I'm literally just sitting in my closet floor staring up at my organized space, and I love it so much and it makes me so happy.
It's really that physical transformation that you're talking about, which is exactly why I had to have a physical space, because and as we get into in the podcast, it's so much more than the retail side of it. Is so much more than the clothing side of it. And that's why I really love talking to you, because you really get how it's very much possible to heal yourself from the outside in. And for you, you do it in so many organizational ways. And for me, I do it through that physical cheerleading support, and yes, through clothes and accessory, but more in like getting past that baggage that you have of what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot wear, what you do and do not deserve to have in your life. And driving over here, I thought, you know what we also need to talk about is you're a recovering perfectionist. I'm a recovering perfectionist. And for those of you, I don't even know what the technical definition is. No, Clement, sit down, please. Thank you.
So cute.
But I do know that it's a thing. And so for people watching and that may watch this in the future, Paige, do you know what the technical definition is? I mean, it's really not
of recovering perfectionist.
Recovering perfectionist.
I
guess
just,
it's not totally important that we know that, but it's as recovering.
I see your cute booty.
This one. My mom.
Not this one.
Did he flash?
I didn't see the cute little cheeks. I just saw like what looks like a fashionable like camo short. It's very cute.
The Cinnabons over here. Okay, stop, Clement. This is one for the records. I mean, I've never had one like this where he's on the show and it's all over the place, but that's
I think it's totally appropriate.
Is, you know what? And we still get things done. So, I have a note here that we need to talk about the idea of perfectionism in life.
Yeah. Okay, so I obviously don't have an actual definition because I think this is something that's evolved over time and it means something different to everybody. Here's what it means to me. For the longest time, I still have bits of this because I've actually had my brain hooked up to electrodes and have found out just in testing my brain waves that I have a touch of OCD. Shocking. Professional organizer has OCD.
Right.
I have sleep issues. I have high anxiety. Lots of it comes from high anxiety. And so much of that was this feeling of needing to be really great. And I think a lot of it kind of goes back to that words of affirmation. I need and want those words of affirmation. And a lot of it has to do with like, am I doing my job well, or whatever that means. Even when I was a kid in school, my parents put no pressure on me. They are amazing. I hit the jackpot with amazingly supportive, wonderful, kind, and really, really cute parents. And they never gave me any pressure in that sense. I put it all on myself to be a perfectionist, to be really good at things. And I think it's because that's really how I find my I don't know how encouragement works for me is that people tell me I've done a good job. Now, I've done a little work on that, okay? Because there was some like self-reflecting that needed to happen for me to realize that that's not what's most important. But I will say that recovering perfectionist for me, a lot of it had to do with when I became a mom. It is no longer about me. As this is happening right now,
True.
when you got a
Yeah.
kid bouncing around, it is not about us, but it is so much about how whatever it is our purpose is here in life, whether that's to be an incredible mom, to be a business owner, to be in politics and clean up the mess, to, you know, whatever it is, to be a teacher, to just be a loving, kind, wonderful soul to your neighbors or your friends or extended family, whatever your purpose is, doing that well is what's important. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And I have found, especially in my business, I'm going to tell you, I was told about this the other day. I went to pick up some food from one of our favorite places to go, which is over at K Bakery. And we went to pick up some food. And she said, I've loved the things you're posting. I've been listening on your podcast. And she said, I think that you're the perfect mix of showing people how they can have that, not necessarily perfect life, but that organized life. But you also are kind of self-deprecating in the best way, where I'm like, oh, most days I'm riding the Hot Mess Express train. Okay. We're not even talk about like an hour ago what I looked like, what was happening in my home downstairs with the kids.
Right.
You know, like this is real life. And that's what I think recovering perfectionist is just really knowing like perfect is unattainable. And that doesn't resonate with other people. So you might go down that Pinterest rabbit hole and find the perfect outfit like you totally have curated in Best Friend Central Store. Or you may find like the perfect labels on your pantry bins and whatever, and things look great. But it doesn't have to be perfect. That doesn't mean that your life is perfect. I think we just need to make sure that we're showing up in the best way possible. And that is not perfectly. That is just not, it doesn't resonate with anybody. It's not sustainable. That's what I think.
Well, and I think, and to that, I mean, I think when you get past feeling like everything has to be perfect, at least from my experience, it opens the door to so much more, because you don't spend as much time trying to make everything perfect. You just more acceptance of yourself and others, and all of a sudden, Clement, that's too loud. Do it on the carpet. I can't even hear myself talk.
Okay,
It's like I can't even focus. It just leaves time and room for so much more in life. Yeah. Whether you spend that time showing up for more people, whether you spend that time in self-care, showing up for your family, volunteering, like that's why I don't know if you noticed, I cut my hair off.
I love it.
Cut it off because you know, it's so easy to get in that rabbit hole of things have to be perfect, and the hair has to be perfect, and the makeup has to be perfect, and the outfit, everyone's going to be looking and expecting, and when you just say, I don't care, that's not what I'm here to do, that's not what my purpose is, that's not how I can best serve my clients, my friends, and so yeah, it's gone.
Well, I would never get out of anybody's house if I felt like things had to be perfect, because the people I serve are typically busy moms of littles. And oftentimes when I'm in there organizing, their kids are in and out of the room. And especially now, you know, with having so many people doing virtual learning as we start back to school, if I am able to go into people's homes, I feel like I will need to kind of have a little chat with myself right before I get out of the car and say, remember, there are people living on top of each other here. We just need to make this work so it works the best for them in their own style. And just, again, perfection is just unattainable. That doesn't mean it can't be working for you. And I will tell you that when I named my company Everything with Style, the idea was not like, oh, you have to look perfectly put together and so cute and whatever. No, it is, what is your style that works best for your family? And that does not have to look like your best friend. It does not have to be Pinterest worthy, your home. If it is working best for you, it's working. That is the success. That is what's going to work for your family. So what is your style? It's the same thing. Whenever they go in to shop with you, I would think that they might think that they're going in. I don't think this, I know this. They might think that they're going in to purchase something pretty. But what they're going to find when they get there is exactly what the basis of what you open your store for. It's community, it's friendship, it's the flair for the vintage and appreciation for slow fashion. They're getting so many different things. And that's how I feel when I go into a busy mom's home. They just need support. They need an encouraging word. And occasionally they need something with a cute label on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so much more.
It's like that guidance. And so talk to me then about the perfect closet, right? Because then we kind of touched on that. Like, what is when we're talking about all this perfection, what does the perfect closet look like? It looks like different things to different people because we need to show up as ourselves, and we're each unique. So each perfect closet is going to be totally different. So you tell me what you think the perfect closet is, and let's see if ours line up, our idea of the perfect closet.
I have a feeling they're going to have some similar qualities.
Some crossover there.
Closet, my perfect closet. Well, I think first of all, for me as an organizer, I always say clear the clutter to see the blessings. If you've got stuff junking up your closet, if you don't have it laid out, I really love the idea of setting your closet or any space in your home up in the way that you might see a store set up. I even talked about this on a recent episode when I talked about that yard sale, almost like setting it up at a display where you're grouping like items together so you can see clearly what you have. And in that, I always talk about purging anything that's not lighting you up. I know that's important to you. We also talked about on our podcast, I will say, by the way, the Mom's Organization Motivation Podcast is what we keep talking about. And Carrie's episode is episode 24. So you guys have to check this out because she was a freaking rock star. We called it Vintage Plus Intentional Shopping. And this is some of the stuff that we did talk about there too. You guys are making me crave yogurt now. That looks so good.
It's Greek yogurt. He makes everything look good though.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. So basically, he's being so amazing. I love it. So basically the perfect closet is going to be not cluttered up because then you can't see the blessings of what you have there. And how often, you touch on this a lot, how often is 80% of our closet not being worn and 20% is those go-tos, especially in these days of loungewear all day.
Oh my gosh, I know. I'm all about that 20%, 80%. Like, let's get 100% worn.
That's what you say. So I think a perfect closet is really having, now we'll be honest, this is not what life is going to be like forever. There will be, we actually have a wedding on the horizon and I'm so excited. I got to buy a pretty dress and it's on the way. I cannot wait. I'll have to send you pictures. It's so darn cute. So anyway, I feel like there will be times in the future where we are wearing some of the things that we're probably just not, rocking right now. I don't know if you happened to see, I was dying laughing. There was a wave when we were maybe like a month into the pandemic. So maybe like April, end of April, people started posting themselves wearing like ball gowns to walk out and check the mail or to take the garbage out because they were just so desperate.
I don't need a pandemic to do that.
Right?
I mean.
Right? So I think the perfect closet is clearing the clutter to see what you really need there. Also having pieces that are going to just light you up and get you excited about getting dressed in the morning. We still may fall back on those, feelings of what am I going to wear? But I think that's just an exciting challenge in front of us. Today, actually, I knew I was going to hop on with you. My roots not looking great. So while I do love a hat, it's not just form.
Super
it's
functional.
function.
Yeah.
They have since I've gotten back from Tennessee, they have closed down the salons again. So anyway, this is not my natural color. Okay, girls, full disclosure. So my roots tell my story. So I've definitely got a little function happening with this as well. But also I wanted to go out today. I thought, you know what? I love black and white. I love the clean and crispness of this. You'll see it in my wardrobe. You'll see it in my design. I just absolutely love that. And then I love a pop of red. So I think bring that into your closet. I think whatever your style is, make sure you're filling it up with that and make sure that you really are clearing out anything that's not bringing you joy, that is not that form and function. That's what I think. I think having things easy to grab, because especially if you're a busy mom of littles and you need to get in and out of the door fast. Also, when you come home, if you have things like, here's, for example, we'll talk about the hat. When I get home tonight, after I'm done wearing the hat that covers the roots, God bless you, I have a hat box in the top of my closet, and I have two different types of hat boxes. I have one that's for a nicer, like wider rimmed thing. I had to get
Mhm.
that because I realized my hats were getting bent up a little bit in the first one
Mhm.
I initially got. So I have one that's for like ball caps and kind of beanies that you'll wear in the cooler months. And then I have the nicer, wider rimmed ones in a different hat box. If you're a person who knows that you will not pull that down, place it in, put the top on, tie the cute little bow, don't do that. Grab a
Right.
command hook, stick it on your wall, and hang that bad boy up, because you
Right.
don't need a closet that is going to stress you out. You need a closet that's going to work well for you. Plus, then you get a cute little design element when you've got your hats all hung
When
up
you just
everywhere,
hang
you
it
know?
up. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. That's all over Pinterest.
Yeah.
No, but
So
you're
I
right.
think that's
The
my
closet
perfect
has to
closet.
work. It has to
Yeah.
work with the way you live.
Yeah.
There's no point in putting something way at the top that you use every day.
Yeah.
That's never going to get put away, and then it's going to create clutter, and then that's going to create stress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being pushed off of my chair. That's why my face is.
Right. That's
Yeah,
normal. That's why you're giving us a close up.
there.
I'll
I
zoom
just
in
got
so it's
shoved.
not
Now I'm
awkward.
getting shoved out of the chair.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is definitely one for the records. This is why I don't bring him. Oh, see
That
and then there's
that just made it 1,000 times better. This is relatable. Everyone watching this right now, give a heart of how relatable this is. This is real life. It is fine.
You okay?
Hi, you cutie. You're stealing the show with your cuteness
Yeah,
back there.
for sure. So
And my son yesterday dumped a water bottle right as we were getting out to go in somewhere, you know, with all of our masks up and all that kind of stuff, but dumped a water bottle on his shirt. And so sure enough, we walked in, no shirt, no problem. So I love that he's like not even rocking a shirt right now. Why? There's no
I
point.
can't. Yeah, I can't get him to wear a shirt, but that's
Yeah.
you know, that's fine. You pick your battles when you're a mom.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there is definitely some crossover there with our closets. I mean,
Yeah, what
I
do you
definitely
think about that? What do you think makes the
Well,
perfect closet?
for me, I think the wearing your closet, 100% of your closet is just where I live. It's what I teach people. I just have so much joy in teaching people how to do that.
Mhm.
I think it's so important, and it's a skill, and it takes time to learn how to do that. But it's so important. And the other thing that we talked about was like the chance to invest in yourself every morning when you get dressed, and making that be a powerful thing that you do for yourself every day when you get dressed is instead of we all open the closet and are like, what am I going to wear? Right? We all do that.
Mhm.
Close the door, please. Come in.
And that can be stressful, or that can be a really fun
Yeah,
challenge and have your
exactly.
opportunity to show off your style.
Exactly.
That's what I think you're so great about. Yeah.
Like use that to as the investment and to bring happiness and fun. And I was explaining to another woman yesterday how I just believe it's not even like an act of self-care. When you get in the mindset of I'm going to have fun with what I wear, it starts to show up to the rest of the world, and people around you feel the happiness, the fun, like just smile. And I can't even tell you, it's just like that. It's like a happy handshake, especially in a time when we cannot have physical contact in the world.
And it's contagious. It inspires other people
Exactly.
to step up their game a little bit.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's contagious, and it's like that you give the okay to someone else to then, I'm going to wear that, you know, like I'm going to wear it. That's exactly what it is. It's contagious, and it's a happy invitation for other people to do the same thing.
And I think that if we're not living life boldly, we're really missing an opportunity to enjoy some fun. And so I think that if you're not, you know, you encouraged me on our podcast episode 2 when I was like, oh, I feel so stressed out. I mean, not stressed out. I feel so frustrated. That's the word, that I'm not like really showing off my style because I didn't pack a lot of extras and fun accessories. And you said, girl, you got to get you some fun earrings. And so I was like, oh, that's so easy. You're so right. You can totally change up an outfit. If you aren't quite sure where to go, do that. Start with a fun
That's
accessory.
so easy. I mean,
Yeah.
if everybody watching, if the, I know we kind of like roundabout over here with this conversation everywhere, but if there's one takeaway, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you aren't feeling like I'm going to get dressed up and to the nines and head to toe, all that stuff, and you're feeling like really bored with what you're wearing, or no pressure. I mean, literally earrings, a necklace, one or the other, just put a fun earring on. That will change your mood and your outlook so easily. It's like it's the easiest thing you can do for yourself, to just, like you said, bring the opportunity for fun. That's what we want. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We need
Absolutely. And I also love how you make that possible as a busy mom, because I can remember back in the day I was a jewelry stylist, and I can remember that so many moms would come to one of the parties that I was doing, or I would be at her house and some of her mom girlfriends would come over. We'd all be sipping on champagne and they're like, yeah, this is so fun and I gravitate toward this on the tray and I love it, but I can't wear that. Or I'm a mom and I'm nursing and they're going to tug on the necklace or whatever. When I was nursing, I was wearing the big bold statement necklaces and jewelry because I was a stylist. And I realized that sometimes that doesn't work for a certain age bracket of your kids, but also once they start seeing that that's just part of how you're showing up in the day, like your cutie back there, he's little and he's not tugging on your necklace, but maybe one day he was, but then he would just get used to it and be like, oh yeah, that's mom's style. She always has a fun accessory on. She had, and even I found that when I was nursing Duke, that would give him something to look at. This might be getting too personal, but sorry, we're going to go there. And so he would be like, just like holding onto or just like touching or looking or whatever. And it was almost like a bonus of our bonding time together, was like, mom has a fun accessory I'm playing with. And he loved to play with my hair. He would love to like play with whatever earring I had, and he would be gentle with it. And, it just like, I just feel like it doesn't matter what stage of life you're in.
Yeah.
What's that?
It adds to life.
Yeah, absolutely. So live life boldly and have a closet that supports that.
Yeah, don't be afraid to add something in there. You can do it. And if you have questions, we're here.
And do it in your own style. Do it in your own style, whatever that means for you. And it doesn't have to look like anybody else. And that's what makes you special.
Exactly. And I think that's a perfect place to end. And so, Paige, can you go ahead and let everybody know I would love for people to be able to find you and support you and learn of all the amazing things that you are doing and offering to this world. And so go ahead and shout it out.
Okay. I so appreciate that. Thank you so much. I've been putting your stuff all over my Instagram account, Facebook account these days, because I'm so obsessed with everything you're doing. I'm dying to get in your store. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
I told you I have a very fun surprise for you that you of all people, you're going to appreciate. I cannot wait. So yes, I'm Paige Killian at Everything with Style Mom is what I am on Instagram. And my podcast is the Mom's Organization Motivation Podcast. So if you look at those letters, it spells mom, M-O-M, Mom's Organization Motivation. So it's like the mom podcast. And also, if you want to look for free resources and all kinds of different ways to support you in your busy mom life, you can go to everythingwithstyle.com, and there are a million different things there. So there are links to those things that I just talked about. They're free videos. Everything that I do in threes. So as you talked about before, it's called the 3 E's philosophy. And it's basically just a 3-step strategy that's simple enough that even a kindergartner could do it. I was a kindergarten teacher for 10 years, and this is where this whole thing came about. Because as we are busy moms and grown-ups, sure, we can retain more, but who wants to? So if it can't be done in 3 simple steps, it's not always going to get done. So I do feel like keeping things to 3 simple steps, check that off your list, and then you can pick another 3 simple steps. So it's all about simplifying and just, having that organization and really giving you the motivation to get it done. Because I think sometimes that can be the hardest part. So those are places where you can reach me.
3 E's, the Mom's Organization Motivation Podcast, everythingwithstyle.com.
everythingwithstyle.com and
Okay.
at everything with
At-
style mom.
Perfect. Okay, well, and for those of you watching that are coming in from Paige's social media, I'm Carrie, the founder of Best Friend Central, and you can find me online. Paige is constantly shouting me out, which I appreciate, and you can come in and find your new best friend and support system here in person in Burbank. So, oh my gosh, Paige, we can sit here and chat forever, but we always we got to jump into the day and get going.
All right. You got to save this video this time because I think you dropped the truth.
I'm going to save it. All right, Paige, thank you so much.
Amazing.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And I look forward to seeing you and talking to you next Thursday at 11:30 a.m.
Yay. Bye, Carrie. Bye,
Paige.
Kenneth. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sweetie. Love it.